Week 3 of the NFL season is here, and I can't believe I'm saying it. But for the first time on New England Sports United, we are operating in flying color. Yes, we are. I did pretty good last week. A couple things didn't go my way, but I ended up 500, and I'm 500 on the season, so I'm joyous about that. I really am. But I figured, with the audio only, I could kind of hide behind the takes, the perspective, the insight. So I said no more. So therefore, we got a great new set, great new studio, and I figured I'd face America and look them in the eyes when I give them my take. So without further ado, we've got a couple great games and a few games I missed out on, simply because this NFL schedule is packed this week. I'm not going to comment on Packers Saints, like that's usually a staple. I'm not going to give my insight on Titans Vikings, which I think is going to be a close game. But I got 4 quality games and 1 Patriots game in there, of course. 4 games that I'm hoping to turn this franchise around. I'm hoping to get above 500. I'm hoping. Maybe I can pull off a 3-1 week. Who knows? But I got week 3 picks coming up.
Rams at Bills.
Both teams come into this matchup 2-0 and rolling, but give me Buffalo at -1.5. This is what I think about Buffalo. When I think of Buffalo, I think of defense, I think of coaching, and I think Josh Allen can make some plays. Well, Josh Allen this year, 70% completion rate. I like that a lot going forward. Top 5 defense again this year. Sean McDermott has done a great job on that side of the ball. I do like for the Rams how Jared Goff is connecting with those receivers, and I do like how they don't commit very many penalties. I think LA is a real team, but I think they struggle potentially in the first half. Buffalo has a real time of possession obsession in the first half. LA doesn't score many points in the fourth quarter. Give me Buffalo to jump out to a quick start, own time of possession in the first half. In LA, I think they dig themselves too much of a hole in that first half and can't really make up the loose end. So give me Buffalo 26-21 over the Rams.
Cowboys at Seahawks.
The Cowboys won't need their holsters very much. I'm going to take Dallas +5 in a shootout in a potential upset alert. Russell Wilson is carrying this average roster. He's completing 83% of his throws, 9 touchdowns and a pick. That wasn't even his fault. He's the MVP of the league. There's no doubt about it. 4th most penalties for Seattle. They're banged up. Quentin Dunbar is questionable. Dwayne Brown was banged up. And Jamal Adams has a question mark besides his name too. They allow 485 total yards, which is one of the worst in the NFL. Dallas, on the other hand, 2nd best offense in the NFL. Momentum from the Atlanta comeback. That was a complete meltdown, by the way. Wilson will likely keep this more competitive than it deserves to be, but I'm going to predict Dallas, a team I'm not crazy about this year, to go up to the Pacific Northwest and kind of shock the world here. Give me Dallas 38-35 over the Seahawks.
Chiefs at Ravens.
Isn't this the game we've been waiting to see? Kansas City going to Baltimore to face off in potentially one of the best games this season. Patrick Mahomes has been great this season. 65% completion rate, 5 touchdowns, no picks, and a quarterback rating of 104. The book on Lamar Jackson was, can he be more of a downfield thrower? He has answered the bell. 78% of his throws were completed. QBR of 134. He's been stellar. But the book on Kansas City, dating back to last year, was they don't defend the run very well. Well, Baltimore kind of gets a lot of yards. Almost 43% of their total yards come from the ground game. Kansas City just doesn't defend it very well. They give up the 28th most rushing yards. It's just not going to end well for Kansas City. Give me the Baltimore Ravens -3.5, by the way. 33-27 at home against the Chiefs.
Raiders at Patriots.
And finally, the Raiders coming to Foxborough to face the Patriots. I'm going to take the Vegas Raiders +6, but it's more about the number than I think a Vegas win. Darren Waller is going to be banged up. He missed a lot of practices this week. He had a limited session on Friday. We'll see how that turns out. But anyway, he'll have kind of a marginal game, I think, because Belichick really eats up quarterbacks' favorite targets. Cam Newton coming off a great week in Seattle. A real shocker for me. They're one play away. If Cam was able to sneak that into the end zone last week, they're 2-0, and I'm eating my words more than I already am. But I doubted his accuracy, first and foremost. But he had a great game in Seattle. 71% of his throws were completed on the season. That is a great number for Cam. 6 is a lot of points, though, for this game. A lot of the, Vegas talk was about the relationship between Gruden and Derek Carr, but Derek Carr is really backing it up. 73% completion rate, 4 touchdowns, a pick, and a QBR of 115. But Vegas allows a lot of rushing yards, and like the Chiefs, they do that as well. So New England's predominantly a running team, and I think they're going to eat that, that rushing defense alive. Give me the Patriots 24-20 over the Raiders.